Back to another reaction video on the Rel Reacts YouTube channel. I am your host, Rel. I'm happy to be back. Thank you to the first-time listeners for stopping by. Welcome to the community. To the returning viewers, thank you so much for the support and coming back to my videos. For the views, for the subscribers I have so far, and the likes. Guys, please like, comment, subscribe. For the new viewers, I just want to let you guys know that I'm here to react to anything. If you want to do anime reactions, music reactions, sport reactions, video game reactions, you name it. Animal fights, shit, I don't care. Anything you name, I'm willing to check it out if there's enough support to do so. I want to be as inclusive as possible to grow this community. So for all of you out there, welcome in. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to react to some Dallas Cowboy highlights from Dak's 3-touchdown game against the Panthers. It's a little bittersweet because Dak is balling out of his mind here, and our defense is dog shit. So I'm just going to, cover some of the big plays of the day, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about our team as a whole, and what I see going forward to finish out this year, and what probably changes we need to see, and maybe even trade targets we need to go after to make us a legitimate team. Because I feel like this year is a lot of parity in the NFL, and there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of different teams to win, So, but yeah, let me go ahead and dive into this video and watch my man Dak cook.
Extra man coming for Carolina. Prescott's got time, got the out route, got the completion to George Pickens, and he steps out past the sticks at the 43-yard line of first down.
So there on that third down, they dial up man, and he hits Pickens.
Fake to Williams, throw across the body for Ryan Flanoy at a first down. He's coming off the best game.
Dak is just in a zone. He's just in a zone, man, and it's so apparent watching this year. And if you go back 2 years ago, Shotty was the offensive play caller, right? And then last year we get Mike McCarthy decides, I'm going to call the plays, which I guess I can respect in the sense of he felt like he was on his last legs. If he's going to go out, he wanted to go out swinging, on his own volition, saying like, I did this, right? So I respect it. But don't mistake that the year Dak was up for MVP was the same year Shotty called plays. And what you're seeing right now, is that Dak is back in that rare form. It seems like even more so. And I wonder if that's because Shotty is fully giving him the keys. Whereas maybe Mike McCarthy was in the way still when Shotty was offensive coordinator. Something that was very apparent in this game was we couldn't run the ball against the Carolina Panthers. And they have a good front. Don't get me wrong, they do. But something bigger that I noticed, and I wanted to bring to the attention of the Cowboy fans out there. Why do our backup offensive linemen play better? And I feel like that sometimes happens, right? I don't know if I'm sold on Tyler Guyton still yet at this point. So just don't know about that. And there's some of the other backups that did such a great job. Brock Hoffman. These guys just stepped in and played exceptional well. I mean, I think we had TJ Bass, Brock Hoffman, and I'm forgetting left tackle. I want to say it's Nate something. I apologize for getting his name right now. But they stepped in, and they did a phenomenal job for our guys that were out. And just to see these starters come back and our offensive run game be pretty weak, it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing.
Of his NFL career against the Jets last week. Two of the top 5 pass-catching tight ends in the NFL in the first month plus. Fake it to Williams. Prescott loading up. Floats it over the top of the defense.
Look at that, yo. This dude, George Shiesty Pickens, is a dog. He's a dog. Like, what a snag across the middle, and then we hurdling people.
Pickens with a ball in hand, then a hurdle, taking it down inside the 10. Early turnover is a problem for Carolina all year. Cowboys looking to take advantage. Check it down for Williams, grabbed by Roseboom and Wallace. And they'll mark him at the 8. So this is almost a 100% goal for Dallas. Dak Prescott floats it. Hunter Lipke, the fullback, with a touchdown. The first reception for a touchdown in his NFL career. They were going for it the whole way, and they find their fullback. There's Prescott. Pickens on the comeback. He's got a first down, and Mike Jackson had to drag him down.
Legit nothing teams can do with George Pickens. Like, nothing. Nothing they can do with him. And I'm pretty sure CeeDee Lamb's coming back this week. And Obviously, you don't want to see players get hurt like CD Lamb. That hurts a lot. But what I can say is a blessing in disguise in the sense that with CD going down, that allowed Brian Schottenheimer to see that he can comfortably move George around the offense in different slots, different spots on the field as different receivers. So slot and the X and the Y, just all around the field to really show like he's that versatile, which we knew that from watching in Pittsburgh, but maybe in this offense they weren't as comfortable giving him those opportunities because CD's more, has more time in the offense. But I think that going forward, guys, we're going to see a lot more George everywhere else and see CD in his sweet spot, which is the slot. CD Lamb in the slot is going to get you 14 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, right? So I think that we're going to see a lot more George all around the field instead of having this one as an outside threat, which he was doing when CD was still playing. It was kind of limited in what he was doing on the field, I think. So we're going to see George, I think, get a lot more touches. And our offense is going to continue to be deadly.
Down, if Pickens gets away, he's got big yardage coming. Some point territory not too far away from it. They'll swing it out for Flanoy. And it ends up being LeBrian Ray who knocks him down in plus territory.
Next phase is just getting this front to be able to rush the passer.
Empty set for Prescott. Steps up in the pocket, delivers to Pickens. First down in front of Mike Jackson, all the way down to the 35 of Carolina. 5 in the pattern again for Prescott. Seam route, Ferguson, tight end touchdown.
Ferg's having a fantastic start to this year with the amount of catches he has, even touchdowns the last few weeks. But the thing about Ferg that kind of can drive me nuts is how slow he is, man. Are you Jason Witten? Why are you just when you catch the ball? I know you're getting tackled. You're not going to break tackles. You're not going to juke people. You're going down, and I think that bothers me a lot. I want you to be a more physical tight end. I want to see you break away from people and steamroll down the field, but it just doesn't happen. It's got to accept it, I guess, at this point.
His 4th in the last 3 games.
Into the boundary. They've got 3 receivers into the short side of the field. It just changes some of the zone spacings for the coverage. The free safety has to cheat to the wides. Don't just be predictable running the ball on 1st and 2nd down, and here they go empty.
Pickens back on the field. He'll throw to Tolbert short of the sticks, and then he'll advance forward against Trayvon Merrick. He'll get shoved out about a yard.
Jalen Tolbert, you had a great catch a few weeks ago. Don't get me wrong, but you are the weakest link. Goodbye. I don't see it. I don't see it. When we drafted you, I'm like, all right, there's some promise here. We took that, I think, in the 3rd or 4th round, and there was clearly a reason why we thought you were that good. I just haven't seen the improvements year over year, buddy. And you probably seem like a good dude, but like watching Ryan Flournoy come in last week and have that great game, and still not really have seen something like that out of you, I just feel like you're just not that guy. And then for me personally, like I look at like an unsigned free agent we had that didn't make our active roster, like Trayshawn Holden, who I thought should have took your spot. They made the practice squad. I like to see a guy like that get a shot, man. Like it should be very, very clear to our team that if we're more trustworthy of our 5'7" punt returners, Kevontae Turbin, over our wide receiver who was supposed to be wide receiver 2 last year, then he's not cut out to be in our wide receiver room. He should be on a practice squad or somewhere else, And maybe scheme-wise, they just don't target him. But I feel like in times where I've seen Dak go to you when we needed you most, you don't catch the ball. You don't get separation on your routes. And I don't know if that's you just don't have the explosiveness or you're lazy. I don't know what it is. So, but I'm just kind of done with this experiment. And I love that George is playing well and Ryan stepped up last week because I'm really looking for you to get your reps cut. Because I think that when you're out there, you're putting us at a disadvantage because you're not making nothing happen, man.
Shy of the line to gain.
Using all the play clock to get into the best play.
Quick slant, Pickens breaks free. George Pickens, touchdown Dallas, and the Cowboys take the lead.
And Dak Prescott operating. Mike Jackson is usually the wide side corner. So typically with the ball in that hash.
That boy Mike Jackson was getting smoked. Boy, he got his boots smoked all day. I'm going to stop it there, though, guys. And I just want to say, I feel like offensively we've seen, even in a game like this where our running game was horrendous, we still put points up on the board and had a lot of successful drives. But the ones that didn't work, if our run game was more solidified for this game, we probably would have scored on those drives as well. But the offense didn't bother me at all. And that's a blessing to say. The defense, on the other hand, oof, oof, oof. There's just so much that defense needs to work on. And I feel like we just desperately need some change in our linebacker room. So I don't know if there's teams out there that are looking to trade linebackers. I mean, I hear a lot about Trey Hendrickson's defensive end coming in and possibly helping us, or even get like a veteran like Cam Jordan, stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I think defensive end help would be great, but linebacker is just such an important piece of this defense if we're going to keep running this zone. And if you have guys like Kenneth Murray who can't process fast, or Jack Sanborn who can process fast, but maybe, not be as fast to cover sideline to sideline, we need reinforcements. I know DeMarvion Overshown is coming soon. Thank the heavens that he's coming soon, because we're going to need him. But I don't know. We need some other people out there. I know Shamar James got a shot and he looked okay. He has to learn a lot. He's a rookie. Maris Leafau, I like him too. He's definitely a gamer. But what happened to Damone Clark? Where's Damone Clark at in this time? And I'm just curious what else we have on the sideline that we can put in here. If we have guys that can process fast and be instinctual and get to the ball, I think that this zone may work better. But from hearing Shotty's presser, it sounds like we have a lot of guys that are not communicating loud. They're unsure. So we need to make sure that's shored up, because that's important. If we have guys that are not sure what they should be saying or doing, then we are going to struggle, right? We are going to struggle a lot in that way. So, but yeah, I'm going to get off my soapbox. Cowboy fans, non-Cowboy fans, let me know what you think about the Dallas Cowboy offense and our defense, and what you think our record's going to be this year, man. Do you think we're going to figure this thing out, or do you think we're cooked? I'd like to know what you think. I think right now I'm kind of 50-50. I don't know. It's going to fringe on if our defense can figure it out. Don't got to be the best, but we got to be somewhere in that middle to be successful this year, I think. But like, comment, subscribe. In the comments, let me know what you want me to react to. If you don't want me to react to more football stuff like this, that's totally fine. We can do more like hits and stuff if we do football. But let me know what you want to see me react to next. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.